Welcome to Mental Models Daily, where we explore one mental model each day to help you elevate your daily decision-making. Today, we're examining a crucial concept in business and product development. Customer development, a systematic approach to understanding and validating customer needs before building solutions. Customer development, pioneered by Steve Blank, suggests that instead of assuming we know what customers want, we should treat our assumptions as hypotheses to be tested through direct customer interaction. Think of it like being a detective who interviews witnesses before drawing conclusions, rather than a fortune teller who makes predictions based on hunches. What makes this model particularly powerful is its emphasis on learning and validation before committing significant resources. A fascinating historical example comes from the founding of Piggly Wiggly stores in 1916. While most grocers at the time relied on counter service where clerks gathered items for customers, founder Clarence Saunders spent months observing customer behaviour and interviewing shoppers. He discovered that customers wanted to browse products themselves and take their time making selections. Instead of building another counter-service store, he developed the radical concept of self-service shopping, complete with baskets, price-marked items, and checkout stands. Before fully launching, he tested his concept with small groups of customers, refining the store layout and process based on their feedback. This early example of customer development led to the creation of the modern supermarket format, revolutionizing retail through validated customer insights rather than mere assumptions. In the modern business world, Warby Parker provides an illuminating example of customer development in action. Before launching their online eyewear business, founders Dave Gilboa and Neil Blumenthal didn't just assume people would buy glasses online. They systematically tested their hypotheses by sending photos of different frame styles to friends and family, asking not just for preferences, but about specific concerns with online purchases. They discovered that people's biggest fear wasn't style or price, but fit. This led them to develop their home try-on program where customers could test 5 frames for free. They tested this concept with a small group of customers before building their website using a simple spreadsheet to track orders and manual email follow-ups. By developing their business model through direct customer interaction, they avoided building expensive infrastructure for unvalidated assumptions. It's like building a house, by first creating and testing a detailed blueprint with future residents rather than constructing based on guesswork. So, how can we apply customer development in our daily lives? First, practice what I call assumption archaeology. Before starting any new project or initiative, dig up and list all your assumptions about what others want or need. Then, treat these assumptions as hypotheses to be tested rather than facts to be acted upon. It's like being a scientist who questions everything, even the seemingly obvious. Second, implement micro-experiments to test your ideas. Before fully committing to a solution, create small, low-cost ways to validate your assumptions. If you're planning a community event, test the concept with a smaller gathering first. It's like dipping your toe in the water before diving in. Third, develop what I call feedback loops before features. Instead of building elaborate solutions, create simple mechanisms to gather and respond to feedback. This might mean setting up regular check-ins with stakeholders or creating basic prototypes for discussion. It's like having a conversation with your customers before writing the script for your product story. In conclusion, customer development reminds us that successful solutions come from understanding and validating real customer needs, not from brilliant assumptions. By systematically testing our hypotheses and learning from direct customer interaction, we can build products and services that truly serve their intended audience. In a world where resources are limited and mistakes are costly, this mental model helps us invest wisely in validated opportunities. Thank you for joining me today on Mental Models Daily. Until next time, may your assumptions be tested, your learning be continuous, and your solutions be validated. For more mental models, please visit mentalmodelsdaily.com or find us on X or Instagram. Our podcast music was provided by the podcasthost.com and Alitu, the podcast maker. Find your own free podcast music over at thepodcasthost.com/free music.